Incidentally, the overall record between the two teams, they played each other on 24 occasions. Iraq have won 10, the Saudis 7, and 7 have been draws. The roars go up for the fans inside the stadium in Jakarta as the teams make their way down the tunnel. The Saudis in the green shirts tonight, Iraq in all white. We're about to find out who will become the champions of Asia. Well, the pre-match preliminaries ahead of the anthems, of course, Sepp Blatter in the foreground, the president of FIFA, world football's governing body, arguably one of the most powerful men in the world. His number nations number more than 200, which is more than the United Nations. Just having a quiet word with Yasser Al-Khattani, the Saudi captain, and now shaking the hand for tonight's referees from Australia, Mark Shield and his two assistants. And following Mr. Blatter down the line is Mohammed bin Hammam, the president of the Asian Football Confederation, and Zhang Jilong, the vice president of the AFC. That's Jordan Vieira, who is possibly looking like the calmest man inside the stadium. Of course, his future is already decided. He will no longer be the Iraqi coach after tonight's game, and what a huge loss that will be for football in that country. If rumours are to be believed, he's already begun talks with South Korea with a view to taking over Pim Verbeek's role. Although there may be one or two other countries interested in his services, perhaps even Australia. Yunus Mahmoud, the man with the nickname of the Desert Fox, shaking hands with Mohammed bin Hammam. And with the pre-game handshakes over, it's time for the national anthems ahead of the 14th Asian Cup final between Iraq and Saudi Arabia. Well, it may not be the showpiece the sponsors wanted, but you try telling Iraqis this is not the dream final. The team that hasn't played on home soil for the best part of a decade, plucked from all parts of the Arab diaspora, playing against the team contained of players who all play at home. Saudi domestic league can afford the likes of Luis Figo. Iraq's national stadium has been used as a car park for tanks. Only the fact that this is an all-Arabic final and the two coaches are Brazilian, will you find any synergy between the two. Iraq's team is cosmopolitan after a fashion though, and it's unchanged tonight. Look out for Nashat Akram again, the Iraqi Beckham. Basim Abbas, of course, has been likened to Roberto Carlos, and Yunus Mahmoud is their top scorer with 3 up front, and their captain looking to lead his people to a rare moment of joy after a decade of almost unbridled misery. The Saudis are not the bad guys, of course. It's just their adversity has been mainly from a media at home that didn't rate them. Helio dos Anjos has caught barbs aplenty for not picking established stars like Al Montashari and Mohamed Noor, but his young striplings have done him proud. Omar Housawi and Walid Abdurrab provide good protection for the goalkeeper, but it's the front two who are lethal, Malak Mars and Yasser Al-Khattani. It's the tournament's top scorers with 12, that's the Saudis, against Iraq, the most miserly defence with just 2 conceded. Quick check on the 2 benches. Salah Steer was expected to start for the Iraqis, but he's been suffering from injury and starts on the replacement bench. Saad Al-Hathi loves this stadium for the Saudis. He broke Indonesian hearts with a late winner here about a fortnight ago. Our referee tonight is from Australia, Mark Shield, refereed at 2 World Cups and 4 games here in this competition already. In fact, he officiated in Saudi Arabia's draw against Tunisia at the World Cup in Germany last year. The weather conditions, temperature around 30 degrees centigrade. Conditions partly cloudy, 55% humidity. These 2 teams are well used to these conditions by now. There's Yasser Al-Khattani, nickname of the sniper, and we saw why against Japan. He's the skipper of the team, wearing green tonight, which is their change strip. Iraq, all in whites, led by Yunus Mahmoud. They've never made it this far in the competition before. Their best finish was 4th back in 1976. And what a fairy tale story their progress to the final is. Of course, it's a battle of the Brazilians on the coach's bench as well. Helio dos Anjos, the Saudi Supremo, up against Jorvan Vieira, who's already stated in the media over the last 24 hours that he will no longer be the coach of Iraq following this final, and there's rumours already that he will take over South Korea in succession to Pim Verbeek. Well, I suppose the lessons from this Asian Cup for all the other teams are as follows: appoint a Brazilian coach at very late notice, pick a young squad full of hungry stars, coupled with a few old hands. All set for go inside the Gelora Bung Stadium, 100,000 seater, which has been fully renovated for these Asian Cup matches. It's around about half full, which is much better than was expected. In fact, we've had the stars of Indonesian Idol singing pre-match to try and attract a crowd, and seems to have done the job. Who will do the job on the park in the 14th Asian Cup final? Quick blast on Mark Shield's whistle gets us underway. It's Iraq playing in all white from right to left in this first half. Co-commentator tonight is Robbie Slater. Good evening, Robbie.
Good evening, Simon. And well, 2 teams that we didn't expect to get this far. Saudi Arabia weren't fancied it, even though they have a great record, only missing the final once since they entered the competition. Of course, they've won it 3 times, going for a record 4th time tonight. Mark Shield having to give his first free kick, the danger man Al-Khattani, so have Iraq targeted him.
Well, I'll tell you what, 30 seconds on the watch, and it was Jassim Gola who was a little late. I'm not sure there was a huge amount of intent on that, but you just never know. Maybe the instructions were to try and get the star man early.
And of course, Iraq, who have made it to this final. What a story. Really has been the story of the tournament. And they deserve to be here. Their best performance, in my opinion, was against Australia, pre-tournament favourites, winning that match deservedly 3-1.
It's a good challenge from Basim Abbas. Black will try and launch their first offensive. Yunus Mahmoud trying to outpace the very impressive Osama Hassawi, who really held the Saudis together against the Japanese in the last four, but he's got his hands full tonight with the wily old desert fox, Yunus Mahmoud. Basim Abbas. Start the foul by Taysir Al-Jassam, which gives the Iraqis a free kick in a rather dangerous situation.
And Nashat Akram, he's the one to watch for Iraq. It'll be interesting. Korea for Saudi Arabia, who sits in front of the back four. He'll be the man to try and stop the playmaker, Akram.
We know Yunus Mahmoud is very dangerous in the air. Akram floats it in. It's Yasser Al-Khattani behind for the first corner of the game. He does a lot of defensive work, despite being the key striker.
Another set piece. We've seen so many goals in this tournament from set pieces.
So Munir up from midfield, it's floated it towards the near post, but it's harmlessly into the side netting from Nashat Akram, who's been one of the standouts for Jordan Vieira. No question.
And one in the whole tournament. In fact, for me, the two playing in the final tonight, Al-Khattani, Yasser Al-Khattani for Saudi Arabia, and Nashat Akram maybe fighting it out for player of the tournament. But both these sides do like to counter-attack. So it's going to be interesting to see which one's prepared to go and press.
Here come the Iraqis down the right-hand side through Mahdi Karim. There's Walid Akram. Shield just having a quiet word.
Yeah, just losing the ball, going in late on Abdrab, who'd come out from central defensive position.
It's not often you get two Brazilian coaches playing conservatively, but both these Supremos have got their teams to the final. With that sort of football, that's not to say they can't play, of course, because they can. Say the lion's share of the crowd inside the stadium going for the sentimental favourites, Iraq, certainly the home fans. It's well cut out by Ali Rahima. Al-Musa getting the throw in for the Saudis. Should be easy for Hawar Mohamed. He gives it straight away back to Saudis in the shape of Al Bakri. Good challenging back from Malik Mars. There's the two-goal hero from the semi-final against Japan. Small in stature, but very big on ability. This is Hussein Munir. Hawar Mohamed. Chip towards Yunus Mahmoud. Osama Hassawi was there, picked up by Nashat Akram. Headed away by Osama Hassawi. Hussein Munir.
Well, it's a great effort. Hussein Munir comes back, takes one touch, gets a little bit lucky, rides the challenge. Ball comes into the box, not a great header out. Here he rides the challenge from Korea, hits it left-footed volley. He wasn't very far away.
Well, listen to the chants and support of Iraq. Hoisted up deep into the night sky by Osama Hassawi. ball's probably got dust on it by the time it got back down to pitch level. The key tonight for Iraq is surely how they deal with the dual threat of Yasser Al-Qahtani and this man, Malik Maz. Dramatically dealt with by Qasim Abbas. Plays his football in Lebanon with Al-Nejmeh. And again, as far as Ahmed Al-Bakri though. Sanchez, who took over from another Brazilian, Marcos Paqueta, after defeating the Gulf Cup semi-finals to the UAE back in January. It's in fact Saudi Arabia's only defeat in the last 15 games, dating back to the start of 2007, so they're very, very consistent. Iraq, by contrast, have won only 5 of their last 16. Solid defensively. This is one of the reasons for that. Haidar Abdul Al. Puts it down the line for Mahdi Karim. Overhead kick by Yunus Mahmoud is just wide. What a wonderful goal that would have been.
Mahdi Karim with the work down the right-hand side, comes back onto his left foot, whips this in, and the improvisation from Mahmoud wasn't a long way away. The ball's completely behind him. Great athleticism to manage to get that contact, and he does a great job for Iraq, has done all tournament. He leads the line by himself. At times he gets little support. Iraq playing this, it's really like a 4-2-3-1 when they attack, but they really do defensively. It's a 4-5-1. Quite often when that ball goes up to Mahmoud, he finds himself isolated.
The Saudis know all about Yunus Mahmoud. He scored the winner against them in the group phase in the 2004 Asian Cup. He's finished bottom of that section 3 years ago. They've rebuilt well since then. There's going to be a first yellow card here, issued by Mark Shield, presuming. That is for the challenge. Yes, it was. Two-footed by Hussein Munir.
He can't come and challenge like that. It's an easy decision for Mark Shields, who was very well positioned. Comes in there with 2 feet up. And the Iraq have started the better. 2 half chances. One to the man just given the yellow card, Hussein Munir.
Just wondered for a second there whether Mark Shield had thought the Saudi Arabian had dived. I've seen 1 or 2 cards given for those this tournament. It's a good decision. It's a good flick header too by Yasser Al-Qahtani before across there. It's the other Al-Qahtani, Abdul Rahman Al-Qahtani. Actually came off with an injury against Japan in the semi. There's some doubt as to whether he was going to play tonight. Stopped by Walid Abdrab. A strong challenge from Qasim Abbas. Awar Mullah Mohammed. No foul given.
Well, what Qasim Abbas is so worried about Malik Maz being able to turn and run at him. He's trying to keep him facing towards his own goal.
Good tempo to the game, which is now 10 minutes old. The score sheet being troubled, and that's the second overhead kick from Qasim Abbas. Who said fullbacks can't play? No wonder he's nicknamed the Iraqi Roberto Carlos. Meantime, here's the more muscular Jassim Gholam. He's tripped by Taysir Al-Jassa.
Well, certainly not as graceful as Qasim Abbas. Gholam coming late there, and he flicks out there with his foot.
They're looking like that.
They certainly do. Same hairdresser. But Saudi Arabia still haven't been able really to get Al Jassam into the game, or Al Qahtani. An interesting Al Qahtani, who played centrally in the diamond, at the top of the diamond against Japan, is playing out on the left-hand side with Aziz, the one playing at the top of the diamond for the moment. Play really an out-and-out 4-4-2.
It's a neat turn, his first time by Yunus Mahmoud. Eventually was outnumbered. Throwing goes Saudi Arabia's way. The Saudi coach, Elio Dos Anjos, has been very vocal this week in saying it's about time some of his players do go and play overseas to learn about different footballing cultures. Certainly one or two, I'm sure, that have attracted the attention of scouts, not just from other parts of Asia, but perhaps from Europe as well. Also, two of the Iraqi stars, notably Nashat Akram, have been linked with moves to Western Europe. Like its other regional equivalents, this Asian Cup has been a real good stage for new blood. I'm sure about the Saudi goalkeeper, though, with all due respect. A little bit of a nightmare against Japan. They're under pressure here again. The Saudis. Trip on the edge of the box. Play on, says Mark Shield. One back well by Qusay Munir. Awal Mullah Mohammed. Tackled back by Khaled Aziz. Shield will just have a word here at the Iraqi went down as we see the horribly sliced clearance from Yasser Al-Musailam.
Well, that's what you call a shank. He had his moments against Japan as well, Al-Musailam, certainly at fault for the first Japanese goal. Nakazawa up for the corner, central defender from Japan. And Saudis are really unsettled by Iran.
I don't know whether you're picking this up at home, but the whole stadium is reverberating to chants of Iraq, Iraq. So the crowd has swelled to around 45,000. Sepp Blatter implored the locals to turn up yesterday at the final press conference, and they've done so. Here's the Saudi corner. Abdurrahman Al Qahtani. More Sabri punches. It's away to safety. The boot of Ali Rahima. Challenge on Malak Mars. That's a good ball. Abdurrahman Al Qahtani's control lets him down though. See Abbas and Mehdi Karim put in each other's way, but there's a clear block there from Saad Kariri as he gets a yellow card.
Yeah, Kariri just taking him out. He was on his way. Thing there for Kariri. I don't think he would have got that ball mounted, Karim. Because how Sawi was coming across, would have probably picked the ball up. And that puts pressure on him now. Defensive midfielder, sits in front of the back four.
There's also a second yellow card of the knockout phase. He'll be pleased it was in the final and not the semi. Dust on it when it comes back down to earth. Khalid Abdrab putting the ball into touch. So Kara Jassim is in Qatar for Al-Wakra. It's just being held up for the moment while Noor Sabri gets a bit of attention. Goalkeeper who, like his opposite number, is not always 100% convincing on crosses. He does like to punch. his feet. Man who plays his club football in Iran for Nesh Kerman. Play will resume with an Iraq throw-in. Taken by Haider Abdulama towards Yunus Mahmoud. Mahdi Karim. Saudis, as they were so often against Japan. Plenty of bodies around the ball. Jassim's header. And Yunus Mahmoud not quite on the same wavelength.
Well, we wondered out of these two teams which one would make the play, and it's certainly Iraq making most of it. Saudi Arabia preferring to sit back and looking for a counter-attack. They haven't had the chance at the moment. Of course, Iraq prefer to play that role as well. Certainly they've had the majority of the possession.
Well, it's similar to game against Japan, isn't it? For the first half an hour, Saudis were virtually camped in their own defensive third. Los Anjos, who rarely sits on the bench. Lots of energy. Intention, of course. This is Taizer Al-Jassam. It breaks for Yasser Al-Qahtani. Shot is well wide from Abdurrahman Al-Qahtani.
Yeah, it was never really there to hit. Couldn't get any power as he swiveled. Hits it with his left foot. Swivels on this. There's the air swing from Hawamullah Muhammad. Just can't really get any connection, decent connection on that. Better to hold it up.
Mullah Mohammed, who's just signed for Al Ain in the UAE from his Cypriot club, Apollon Limassol. Two is a key man for the team, nicknamed the Lions of the Two Rivers. Saad Kariri's touch to Ahmed Al-Bakri. Mars. Bakri, so a little bit tight in there. Hussein Munir couldn't get in. That's a trip from Nassim Abbas.
Quick in the tackle. This has been this match so far, and this one he gets late. Kariri takes it past him, lucky maybe to get away without the yellow card. He's had a good tournament, Basim Abbas. Real feature of the Iraq team on the left-hand side. They do have a nice balance, the two left-footed players, Muhammad and Basim Abbas.
We're going to play it out inside the Iraqi penalty area. Something maybe happened off the ball. Shield goes in to sort it all out. I confess, maybe I didn't see anything. Jassim.
Well, certainly something behind play. I'm not sure with what player. He just fell in a heap in the penalty box. Al-Qahtani says he's dived, which maybe suggests that he was the player involved.
Mark Shield is just going to call the two protagonists to him. Going to stamp both of his players' attitudes into the ground, I think. This will tell us a little bit more, perhaps. Just in the corner of your screen, difficult to tell from that angle. It's Ali Rahima and Yasser Al-Qahtani, the two players who've been told to cut it out. No cards issued, and I think that's good refereeing. Lengthy delay. Here's the free kick.
That's a poor ball in from Al-Qahtani. Hasn't made a great start in this match. Poor ball failing to beat the first man, Noor Sabri. That's easy for him. They like him here, don't they? Regulation catch, gets a big cheer. Well, it's hard to go past Iraq as the sentimental favourites. if you're not a Saudi supporter, I think everyone else is going for Iraq.
Here's the danger man. As far as the Iraqis are concerned, Malik Mars outside of the boot, good pass to miscontrol by Abdul Rahman Al-Qahtani. Now this is Mahdi Karim.
Well, that's asking a lot. He'll chase him, Mahmoudi chases everything.
He's won it. Play on, says Mark Shield. Brilliantly done by Yunus Mahmoud. Only the centre was missing from the
Oh, that's wonderful play. It's just the final ball. Hawamullah Mohammed completely unmarked. Coming in from the right-hand side. Chases the lost cause. Wins it. Just can't produce the cross. Just trying to slide it across the face of goal. Much too close to the goalkeeper.
Yunus Mahmoud will again be the target from this free kick. Walid Abdram trying to keep tabs on him. Throw in for the Saudis. Taysir Al-Jassam, who got two of the goals in that 4-0 victory against Bahrain. He's made some wonderful late bursts into the penalty area on occasions. This is Malik Mars. Boot stuck out by Basim Amos, forward by Jassim Ghulam. Look how high Malik Mars climbs when he gets in the air. He's only a small man, but he seems to hang in the air. Certainly did for his goal against the Japanese. That's the midway point of the first half in Jakarta. Still goalless in the Asian Cup final. This is Taysir Al-Jassam. Another acrobatic clearance for Basim Amos. No offside against Yasser Al-Qahtani. Looks even more like Gert Moore in the green and white strip. Old German second team uniform. Slid out by Abdul Rahman Al-Qahtani. Danger here for Iraq. Let's pull back, and Hussein Munir was there. Hawamullah Mohammed should tidy up.
Yeah, great position. That's a poor cross. Need to clip that to the back post. People attracted to the near post. It's a yellow card.
Yep, shirt tugging by Al-Jassam. Much doubt about it. Saad Kariri, the man felled.
Pretty much the same position, same player on the ball, Al-Qahtani. See if he can produce a better free kick this time.
Here's the set-piece specialist. Picked on by Yasser Al-Qahtani with the back of the heel.
That's another poor ball. That's two in a row. It's not good enough from Al-Qahtani. Nearly came to something, but really that's two great positions, getting good balls into the box. There's no doubt, look, just on 25 minutes, Saudi Arabia, similar to the match against Japan, have not found any rhythm at all. Put that down to the way Iraq are playing, give them credit, particularly at the back. They're first in the tackles, first to second balls.
Shana Kwan was lost out there though. This is Malik Mars. Beautiful feet. He's had a little too much on it though for Taysir Al-Jassam.
Man, how quick was he in? Golan coming across. Just as it looked like the Saudis worked it into a good area. Al-Jassam.
Forward by Al-Bakri. Jassim Ghulam is there again. Now Hussein Munir trying to launch a counter, but Yunus Mahmoud just dodged into Osama Housawi further upfield, so Iraq have to check and start again. Here's Mullah Mohammed. Let's see Analys's touch. Al-Qatani for Saudi Arabia, showing good pace. It's a bit of support though, which is slow in arriving. Square ball for Mark Mars. Attempting a little 1-2. This goes to ground, no free kick. Mullah Mohammed, who is all left foot, but it's a pretty good foot. Shield is going to have another word with two players who are having a right royal battle, Yunus Mahmoud and Walid Abdrab. He's trying to stop these little niggly fouls from occurring. Oh, beautifully done, 3-3 defenders, what a run, and it's beaten away at the near post. That would have been a sensational goal from Karajassim. Corner's been taken quickly. Here's another look at it though.
That's a great run, isn't it? Quick feed, inside, skips past two defenders, just crashes his shot into the ground, allows Al-Musalim to save at his near post. What's a quick feed here, a little inside, cuts in. Just doesn't really get the shot he wanted.
Beautiful footwork. Here's the resulting corner. Nashat Akram's ball is a dangerous one, and it's away by Walid Abdrab.
Yeah, alert to the danger at the back post. Abdrab, that's good defending. Mullah Mohammed coming in on the right-hand side.
Now, Hussein Munir. Karim, and it's swung towards Nashat Akram and Yunus Mahmoud. Mullah Mohammed past one defender. Past the second, but the Iraqis really threatening, and now perhaps the Saudis on their favoured tactic of the counter through Abdurrahman Al-Qatani. As Yasser Al-Qatani square, absolutely free, but he didn't spot him.
No, he didn't spot him. That's exactly the way the Saudis like to play. Soak up the pressure, hit on the counter-attack, but Yasser Al-Qatani was in a great position there. And the other Al-Qatani just couldn't get his head up to spot him free, just outside the 18-yard box.
Well, he didn't lift his head at all, did he? Perhaps wasn't aware, due to the noise in the stadium. Yasser Al-Qatani was screaming for the ball in a central position. This is club football for Al-Ittifaq, who are the current Gulf club champions. We've almost played half an hour in the Asian Cup final. No doubt that Iraq have created the better chances.
Oh, they've been the better side. Of that there is no doubt. They're dominating this game. They just look a little bit sharper than the Saudis. They've had a horrendous lot of travel in this tournament.
Shot of Kram, who glides through the midfield. Beautifully done. Hussein Munir. Couldn't find Mullah Mohammed, and now the Saudis can break. Malik Mars has a man free on the right. Strong challenge, and a good challenge though from Jassim Bulab. There might not be any goals so far, but it's a good game of football. Here's Malik Mars. Always danger when he's on the ball. He's got him where he wants him. Beautifully done though by Rahima.
Well, that's exactly where Malik Mars is so dangerous. There was that position cutting in from the left-hand side where he scored against Japan. That turned out to be the winning goal. It was good defending from Ali Rahima. They've done their homework on Al-Qahtani and Malik Mars.
Space for Taysir Al-Jassam, quickly closed off the pass though by Qusay Munir. Al-Jassim, there's the foul there. Walid Abdrab. Shield says no. Now Abbas over the top looking for Yunus Mahmoud, but Sawi plays him very, very well.
He is, and he's such an aggressive player, Mahmoud. He's just going to have to be careful. Going down already a few times. Here's the one where he wanted the foul. He's just fallen over.
I'll tell you what, Karno Jassim has been booked as well already in this game, so he's going to be careful if Shield viewed that as a bit of play acting. The last thing you need is to lose a man in a final. Qusay Munir struggling with a knee injury in the build-up to this tournament. He's back to full fitness now. That's a big turn. Just the final ball that's missing at the moment for Iraq. Aziz rolls it to Walid Abdrab. Ingles pop forward, incurs the wrath, at least visually, from Helio dos Anjos. Meantime, here's Nashat Kran. Abdullah Mohamed tries to go around the outside of Ahmed Al-Bakri. Nashat Kran. By Taysir Al-Jassam. Mars. Kamil Al-Musa. Al-Jassam. Forward by Khaled Aziz. Yasser Al-Qahtani. Was a foul by Shakram.
I haven't seen much of Yasser Al-Qahtani. Just flicks this one past that crowd. It's a definite foul.
Tell you what, without shin pads,
that would hurt.
That hurts too. Ouch. Probably with like breed players who played without shin pads.
Well, he's got shin pads on. They're just
very small ones.
They're very small ones because you have to wear them.
It's bumped. Awful long rounds.
That's an awful free kick by Kariri. He really just ambled up to it. See, he's just completely leaning back as he hit that. To say that cleared the crossbar, understatement.
He did score a vital goal against South Korea in the World Cup qualifiers for 2006. Sam Kariri was well off the mark. Ball given against Al-Bakri. As the possession stats, Saudi Arabia, so ironically, just shading it 51 to 49%.
So they probably pulled that back in the last 10 minutes. There's been a lot of possession given away on both sides.
Crowd floats it in.
It's a difficult ball, straight ball to Mahmoud. He's getting little change out of Hassawi. Mahmoud's gone down.
What's going on here? He's obviously claiming that he was struck by Walid Abdrab. But Shield has tried once to stamp this ongoing row out. What will he do here? Well, it was always going to be tense. some sort of movement towards the face of Yunus Mahmoud, but in all honesty, I'm not sure there was any contact.
I don't think he did anything.
Well, it remains to be seen what Mark Shield will do here. Let's have a look again. There's nothing in that. Nothing in that at all.
That's very poor.
This has
been,
Mahmoud, in our opinion, Robbie, one of the huge blemishes of this tournament. And FIFA and the AFC have got to do something about it.
That was just an out-and-out dive. He's trying to get our drug booked, or even worse, sent off. That's what the picture says. This will be a better angle. There's no movement at all from Abdrab.
It's ridiculous.
It's disappointing. The players had a great tournament, Mahmoud.
And it's been booked correctly for simulation, Yunus Mahmoud. Well done, Mark Shield. Yunus Mahmoud doesn't like it. He's going to book Abdrab as well, maybe to stamp this situation out.
To be honest, I don't think Abdrab deserves a yellow card. Of course, Mark Shield hasn't the benefit of 4 video replays. Makes it easier for us.
He's done well there to read that correctly. It's such a shame because he's a fine player, Yunus Mahmoud.
Mark Shield saying he's given the free kick to Saudi Arabia. It just takes the game's failed. It's had a good tempo to it, but it's failed to really find a rhythm, and those sorts of stoppages doesn't help the cause.
Well, I'll tell you what, Robbie, if I was the man in charge, use the video evidence, and if they're found guilty of that sort of simulation, suspend them. 1 game, 2 games, whatever the ban is. Let's get rid of it, out of the game. With the football, which is what we're all here for. It's a corner for Iraq of Karno.
I think that's Moundy Karim on the right-hand side. It was a poor pass, so he was clearly on. The ball was way overhead. He's done well to get a corner out of that. I think Mohammed will take this, swing it in with his left foot.
Sam Kariri now marking Yunus Mahmoud. He delivers a mean set piece. Hawar Mullah Mohammed. It's very deep. Karal Jassim's header. And it'll be another corner. Goalkeeper wasn't to know that the ball was going to go wide.
He still should have caught it. Wasn't a great header. Ball to the back post. He slipped as he hit it. Karaj Jassim with a clear look at that. It's not a great header, and that's not a great save.
Another corner for Iraq. Move towards the final 5 minutes of the first half. Basim Abbas in a tangle with Malik Mars.
That's been a feature of the first half, hasn't it? Basim Abbas and Malik Mars. Basim Abbas well on top at the moment. See why really Saudi Arabia, even a half a chance in this game, why Iraq have only conceded 2 goals in this tournament.
There was a foul on that Yunus Mahmoud, this time by Sama Hassawi. For all that they've got on top Iraq, the goalkeeper has not a huge amount to do. Wonderful run from Karal Jassim and the overhead from Yunus Mahmoud. Hussein Manir's shot closest the team in wide have come. That should have cramped ball in, and it's wide at the near post. In fact, it came with a Saudi head, not Yunus Mahmoud, so it'll be an Iraq corner.
But what a great ball in from Akram. Hits a flat with pace and power. Such a dangerous ball. I think it's Kariri who gets it away.
There's the corner count, which reflects Iraq's dominance, 5-1. Certainly ahead on points, but we wouldn't write off the Saudis after what we saw against the Japanese. Here's Jassim with a real shot at angle from distance, but it's wide.
Didn't get a hold of that one as well. Just felt it could have gone another couple of metres there. He took it very early, found himself in space. I think he can go another metre or two to his right there. Screws his shot wide. Al Musalim had that covered.
Scores a few at national level, particularly for the Olympic team. 3 in the recent qualifiers, including one against Australia. He plays that role that was vacated by Salas Deer, just behind Yunus Mahmoud. Hussein Munir. That was a little short. Clearance only as far as Nashat Akram. Threatening again, but the first touch of Hawa Mullah Mohammed lets him down.
Oh, great situation. It's a poor touch from Hawa Mullah Mohammed, which is not what you can say very often.
Huma goes slightly more direct, picked up in midfield by Saud Kariri, given away to Hussein Munir, who's held up by Taysir Al-Jassam. Mars to Abdurrahman Al-Qahtani, to Yasser Al-Qahtani. The Saudis looking dangerous here, virtually for the first time in the game. Was that a foul on Malik Mars? And then it's waved away by the Australian official.
Again, quick in the tackle. Mark Shield not giving the free kick. But those two in the middle of midfield, you see the challenge from Gelora, where he'd lost the ball. If there was a challenge, maybe the first one could have been a free kick, but Hussein Munir and Nashat Akram completely running that midfield.
Forward by Haider Abdul Ahmad. Easy for Kamil Al-Musa. Beautiful turn by Yasser Al-Qahtani. Real danger here for Iraq. Yasser Al-Qahtani! Oh, the goal was gaping, and he blew it.
Oh, it's a great run. He makes a chance for himself. They think he's going to play it outside. He comes inside on his right foot. Just completely mishits his shot. Watch him fake the play. He comes back inside. Opens up nicely for him. Basim Abbas sliding across. Here he comes inside. About to pull the trigger. Pulls it way over the top.
Well, in fact, it's been adjudged to have got a touch off an Iraq defender there. I'm not sure it did. So the Saudis have a corner in the final minutes of normal time. Again, Sabri punches. Mars tries to retrieve, but he's out-muscled by Ali Rahima. Yunus Mahmoud turns past one defender. Shot from Mehdi Karim.
Yeah, wrong option. And Hawa Mullah Mohammed just outside of him, completely unmarked. Shows you with quality they do have up front, Saudi Arabia's 3 minutes of injury time added on. But Al-Qahtani hardly started in this first half, but his explosive pace, his ability to eliminate players was evident in that run. And normally you would expect him to bury it.
Foul by Mehdi Karim, which he acknowledges. Shield's been at the centre of quite a bit in this first half, but he's refereed with quite a bit of intelligence. Great touch from Hawa Mullah Mohammed, put a bit of pressure on his fullback, Basim Abbas. Here comes the overhead. He does like that.
It's his party trick. so sure it was necessary there with a simple ball back to North Sudbury. Well, a better option.
You bring out your best party tricks on the big showpiece occasions, don't you?
Great defending from National Akram. Manages to keep possession. Great skill from Haramullah Mohammed.
Not a bad ball either. Karno Jassim. We've seen evidence of his silky footwork too. Two defenders to shake off.
That's a stupid foul. So unnecessary. I think it's El Bakri.
It was Khalid Aziz.
You can't win the ball.
They made three-course dinner out of it as well. Still, there was a foul, no question. And with just 1 minute of injury time to go at the end of the first period, that's perhaps Iraq's final chance to underline what's been a dominant performance with a goal. All cost and all, it's disappointing.
It's a waste. It's had a good first half, National Akram, but that's second set piece he's wasted. One was a corner, went into the side netting, and they're a great opportunity on the stroke at half-time.
And he plays his club football, of course, in Saudi Arabia, at least for the moment, with Al Shabab. He's been there for 4 years, so he knows all about the Saudis. Dying embers. A very energetic first 45 minutes. Says Mark Shield. Well, there's no doubt that Jordan Vieira's team have had the lion's share of possession. They've also had the better opportunities. Karno Jassim perhaps with the best on the half-hour mark when he dribbled his way through two defenders and fired straight at Yasser Al-Musailam. Saudi Arabia have been limited to one real counter-attacking opportunity. Yasser Al-Khattani put it over the top. That means that at the break in the 14th Asian Cup final, the scoreline reads Iraq 0, Saudi Arabia 0. Has been to the inside track on the Saudi team. Marcos Lome, the Saudi goalkeeping coach, with him with the Moroccans 1986 World Cup, so they know each other very well. Now, as you can see, Saudi Arabia made the first change, and perhaps as expected, because of that injury he's been carrying, Abdurrahman Al-Khattani has been replaced by Ahmed Al-Musa. Musa is the brother of Kamil Al-Musa, a 7 for Saudi, so real family affair. It's an Asian Cup final. Familiar huddle by both teams. 1 for 1 and 1 for all.
For me, that was hardly surprising. Al-Khattani really, apart from maybe 1 or 2 runs, really didn't have a happy first half. Al-Musa did very well when he came on against Japan, the number 30. Very direct, positive player.
Shield gets us underway in the second period. Asian Cup final, Iraq 0, Saudi Arabia 0. Game for some players that did in the first, with the Saudis sitting back. I expect at some stage Yasser Al-Khattani and Alec Miles will have something to say in this Asian Cup final. Losing the first attack though.
Across his body, it's not really there to hit that one.
He scored against the Saudis in the 2004 Asian Cup. Man of the match award on that occasion. I'm sure he does better things for his career, and Jordan Vieira just taking a drink. He Anas Mahmoud, and that was good opportunity strike from the way out, and just caught Al-Masalim a little bit by surprise.
His first touch, ball just set up, swivels, hits it with his left foot. And the keeper makes a meal of this, it bounced just in front of him. He's lucky no one was following in for a run.
Aziz for Saudi Arabia to Kamil Al-Musa. Some sort of bandage on his left arm. This is Ahmed Al-Musa. Nabi takes it past two defenders. Great work from Ahmed Al-Musa. See how this sticks a leg out. He survived the first real threat on their goal in the second half.
Substitute making an instant impact, good run. Went one way, come back inside, gets past Karno. And Karno just getting a toe in. Needed to time that perfectly, and he did.
He's given Malik Mars far too much to do.
Well, he is quick. He's not that quick. He's certainly a player that hasn't had the impact that he had against Japan. They just haven't been forward enough. Saudi, they've rarely been in the last third. Iraq's half.
The game certainly needs a goal. Who's going to provide it? That's all Tani on that occasion. Certainly feeding Abbas. Tani still plays for his local club Al Hilal. With clubs in Greece and Turkey, and of course he's on course for the golden boot in this competition. He's got 4. So it's here at Takahara. Going to give him the trophy outright. This one through. Ashak the crowd tries the shot from a long way out again. This is Mahdi Kani.
It's great skills by Mounty, but Kareem drops the shoulder, shapes to go inside. Musa falls forward, here he goes, drops the shoulder, outside of the right foot. Musa committing the foul. This is a very dangerous position for the Saudis. Just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Expect Muller to take this one in. Goes somewhere around the back post.
Working with intent around the 6-yard box. Mohamed's delivery, great take by Yasser Al-Hassani.
That's great goal. Comes off his line with conviction, collects it. It was a decent ball in, maybe just a little bit too much height. Kara Chassib at the back post. He certainly made it look good anyway.
There's one for the photo album. And he's only in the team because of injury to more experienced Bung Saeed and Mohamed Koja. He's looked nervy on occasion. Shielders will play back as we reach the 5-minute mark in the second half. We'll start with the throw-in. Roman Mohamed's touch. Flash up the crowd. Hussein Munir gets the shot away. Yeah, Saudi Arabia will be going to let them have those sorts of shots from those sort of distances.
Yeah, I think it's the wrong option there from Hussein Munir. Yeah, Mounty Kareem just to his right-hand side. Sounds to be quite happy for them to hit them from that distance. They worked it well again, Iraq. They're outnumbering the Saudis in the midfield. 2 wide players for Saudi, not tucking in enough as the ball's moved across.
It's Kamal Jassim's header. Second here. So that's the number 13. Kareem down that right-hand side, intelligent run. this so far. Second player goes down. On says right shield. This was the incident.
Well, he holds his head, but I really can't see any contact. His head there, maybe just flick with the finger.
Well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. So maybe he got a bit of a poke in the eye there. Buckley, the lesser club. Header against Japan.
We haven't seen him get forward at all tonight. Well, in his second half, there's a little indication that the Saudis are going to come out and change anything. They look tired.
Maybe that's the schedule. It's playing covered with them. Nash up the ground. They sent the latest man to go down. Will have the free kick. Have had their own problems with travel arrangements, particularly the hotels. They've been waiting in a place of abode in Kuala Lumpur for about 8 hours because there weren't enough rooms for them. A bit of a pop at the AFC for what believed to be tardy arrangements. Who's there? Used to adversity. Top of this game, this deserves. Good team by national crowd. It's made clear post by Yasser Al-Khattani again.
He's the first in line. It's not a great free kick. Failing to beat the first man, but they do get the corner.
Grabs ball in. Almost beats everybody in their post. Jassim last. Two very powerful men in the world of football. Sepp Blatter on the right, FIFA president, and of course Mohammed bin Hammam, the AFC president, on the left.
The second half's really failed to gain any tempo at the moment. It's almost a walking pace.
His brother Ahmed Al-Musa, who commits the foul. Some of the Iraqi players are wearing black armbands. Who was fouled there. Presuming that's in honour of those who died while celebrating their semi-final victory. Extra security, of course, tonight in Baghdad in particular, which is a real shame when their national heroes are playing such an important game. Think about such things. Just heading ahead of Kamal Al-Musa, goal kept Saudi Arabia. Where's the spark going to come from, Robbie?
Well, both sides really. Los Angeles is, well, he's always animated. Certainly, it's difficult to see from Saudi Arabia's point of view. Al-Musa did come on against Japan and did provide a bit of spark. He's a very direct player.
I just wonder whether he might be thinking about Saad Al-Hafi, who's a striker on the bench. Can cause a few different sorts of problems. Really, Yasser Al-Khattani and Malik Mars in particular have not done too much.
Well, they haven't, but in fairness to them, they've had a little support. When the ball does go up there, they're so isolated. The midfield's so far away from them. I think that's been the problem. They've been completely dominating in this area. Kusay Mania, Nashan Akram, and Karar, Jassim.
side of Osama Hossawi, who's trying to stick to it like glue, but he's failed. Into the danger zone, Yunus Mahmoud. Great challenge on the edge of the box by Walid Abdra. Back into the danger zone. It's everybody. Another goal kick for Saudi Arabia.
I thought that came off the Saudi Arabian defender. Beautiful little first-time ball from Nasheed Akram, but full credit to the defender. Didn't fall for the little dummy. Mahmoud's route to goal was blocked. Great challenge from Abdurrahman. Again, Karaj Hassim. Great on the problems on the left-hand side. He's had a good match.
It is Karno Jassim. Yunus Mahmoud just couldn't pull the ball.
Well, if he could have controlled that, went the other way, it would have been one-on-one without Masala. Karaj Hassim is dropping off into the hole between the midfield and the back four of Saudi Arabia, and really no one's picking up. That's because Kariri's more concerned with Nasheed Akram, who's playing in a more, I'd say, defensive role, but certainly deeper.
So Akram just showed a bit too much of that to Khalid Aziz. Maybe the Saudis can break. Captain Al Jassar. Held up by Ilahiba. Drop forward.
Look how hard they work in the midfield. The Iraqis, Kusay Bania, give them no time on the ball. They just can't construct anything with the Saudis at the moment. In fact, the whole game they haven't been able to.
Abdram's header. Mars not for the first time. Can't get the better of Basim Abbas. This is Nasheed Akram. An hour played in the final in Jakarta. With all the possession, most of the chances able thus far to make them pay. Tiny one by Kusay Bania. Yunus Mahmoud just with the ball under his control. Chases forward to help this attack for Iraq. Forward, foul on the edge of the D. Karno Jassim. This is Malak Bas. A rare chance for to shine, but he's held up easily at the end by Nasheed Akram.
When he took that ball, Malak completely isolated. 4 white shirts around him.
Musa shouts off Kusay Bania. Taysir Al Jassar. It's the shot. Saved by Sabri, flying away to his right. Keeps the score sheet back.
Great save. Sabri. He's had little to do in this game. He dives to his right. It's Al Jassar with the shot. Great strike. He pushes that away with 2 strong hands. Al Jassar just opens up in front of him. Takes the strike. It's a very good save.
Shot stopper for Sabri. It's crosses that worry him. He's going to face another one here from the corner. Let's see Al Jassar to chip it in. Not his best effort. Musa just waiting for options, which were slow to arrive. It's a lovely 1-2 between Musa and Yasser Al-Khattani. That's the back line. So deep control by Abbas. Should be there again. Basim Abbas.
Well, he hasn't missed the tackle tonight, Basim Abbas. He's given Malik no room at all. They play from Al-Khattani on the left-hand side. Outside step over. across the ball to the back post.
This is Spaulding. He's got a goal. He's another bit of real chance to hit. He's got through Yunus Mahmood on the right. This is Yunus Mahmood. Don't just kill that corner. Flash out Grant. Thinks about the shot first time. Still a corner. The goalkeeper beats it away. And it'll be a corner for a wrap.
A great passage of play. Great save from Noor Sabri. Up their other end. Saudi pushed forward and it was a round start to counter-attack. The first shots from Mahmood. Good side that comes out to National Akbar. Watch this feint here. Comes back onto his right. He feints to shoot. Gets on his left foot. And another great save from Al-Masai.
Here's the corner. It well near post. Taken by Ali Rahima. Moves purposefully for the penalty box. Wins another corner. All hands on deck in front of Al-Masai at the moment. Really trying to build up a head of steam. They're being helped by this vocal crowd. All behind them. Sounds, of course.
Here's the shot, feint on the right-hand side. Hits us with the left. That's moved in the air as well. Al-Masai doing well to adjust himself. Managed to push it away for a corner.
To be taken by Hawar Mullah Mohammed.
Well, the flick on at the near post and Hawar Mullah Mohammed in the back post. Very close. Just Hawar Mullah Mohammed taking the corner and Karaj Hassim in the back post. Just a fraction late as this gets flicked on. No one on the back post for Saudi. Very good chances for Iraq.
There's the corner count, 7 for Iraq, just 3 for Saudi Arabia. Still very much alive in this Asian Cup final. Midfield, France. It's all around. Now the Saudis can counter. This is what happened dangerous. Good track back. Hussein Munir. He's been terrific going forward.
As for me at the moment, possibly the best player in the park. He's been busy. He's tackled, as you saw there, covering possession, but he's been good on the ball as well.
Yunus Mahmood was probably the wrong option. There was nobody around the number 10.
No, he was in space. He could have turned down a shot himself there.
What about that for control by National Crap?
Well, we've come to expect that from him. With a first-class performance tonight.
Gelara's ball in. Yunus Mahmood's touch. Eddie Curry. Hawar Mullah Mohammed. Nice work. It's a second bite at it. It's a decent ball. Oh, just wide from Yunus Mahmood.
An air swing from Mohammed. Yunus Mahmood wonders what he has to do to score. He does well. He gets in between the two defenders. Mohammed with a great cross. That's a free header. He should bury that. Here's the air swing. He manages to recover it. Puts in a great cross and Mahmood should have scored.
Chances starting to pile up for Iraq. many. He's still very dangerous. Ahmed Al-Musa. It's a snapshot. Sometimes that's all that Malik Mars needs.
We haven't seen much of him tonight, but just set up nicely for him. Al-Musa, some good work. Uses the thigh, takes it on the volley. That wasn't far away. What about this for a bit of skill? Flicks it over Gelora. Just past that far post.
Mars, man of the match against Japan. See, the penalty that Saudis point against South Korea at the start of the group phase. Mark Shield was the referee that night. That's one of the spot kick. It's the man in the middle again this evening. Just a reminder for Iraq. This Asian Cup was by no means won. Shutback wins the header. Effectively cleared by Salman Karini. Likewise by Walid Abdurrah. Aziz. To Ahmed Al-Musa. Touched by Yasser Al-Khatani. Taysir Al-Jassam will race onto it. Did very well to get past the muscular Basim Abbas. So many players on show today that could play what you would probably call bigger clubs, and I think Basim Abbas is one of them.
Well, we talked about Kazem Munir having a great game. Nasher Akram, he's been just as good as anyone. So quick in the tackle. He's good on the ball as well. Does love a bicycle kick.
Touch. Ahmed Al-Musa, who's done well since coming off the bench, finds his brother Kamil Al-Musa. Waiting to pass, and Bell's asking on what Malik Mars. Oh, and a very risky pass though to Noor Sabri by Ali Rahima. Ahmed Al-Musa very nearly profiting.
Ali Rahima plays it blind back to Noor Sabri. No, but Al-Musa was coming through there.
Saudis, Taysir Al-Jassam to deliver. Motivates everybody. Here goes the Salah Housawi was ready to pounce the big defender up from the back, but now they've got themselves short, and it's a chance for the Iraqis to counter. Mullah Mohammed forces. He's kicked it a bit wide. Still Yunus Mahmoud. It's a corner.
I thought he should have gone left-hand side. Mohammed played into Mahmoud. It wasn't a great ball. Great situation it was for Iraq on the counter.
Well, you sense, Robbie, that a goal is coming from somewhere.
Well, it was pretty close to the corner just before from Saudi Arabia. So close to a Saudi head.
Archie inside the penalty area for Shield to resolve. Khatani is there to help his defenders out again. Mullah Mohammed's corner. Oh, the kick is missed it. Yunus Mahmoud, the captain, the leader of his team, the leader of a nation at this precise moment, brings joy to the lads. Oh, that emotion is a rare luxury. Iraq have the goal, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's exactly what they deserve. And that also, the Mahmoud has been involved in everything tonight. Works the line by himself. The goalkeeper, Al-Musalim, involved again as he was for the first goal against Japan.
It's a wonderful moment for a crisis-torn nation. And Jordan Vieira celebrates and finally has a smile on his face, and well he might. They've earned that lead.
And outside coming out really, if you come, you've got to collect, or at least get a hand to it. But also, there was no one tracking Mahmood. The Saudi defenders were looking at each other.
Just to the side, that takes Yunus Mahmood level with Yasser Al-Qahtani and now Hiro Takahara with 4 goals in this tournament, so he's on course for a share of the Golden Boot as well. He missed a couple, Yunus Mahmood, and he wasn't going to miss that one. Now, the Iraqis, less than 18 minutes away from a maiden Asian Cup success. Sure, whatever the security restrictions, there will be some scenes of celebration.
But what they've got to do is they've got to keep their heads, keep playing the way they have done. They've dominated the Saudis.
They're going to see it's a good hit from Osama Housawi. Al-Musa, it's the free kick.
We've seen so many times in this tournament teams score and concede in the following 3 or 4 minutes.
This is Al-Bakri. First time, he just cannot get past Basim Abbas. Coughed it up rather easily though, Iraq.
That's a yellow card. Shield just telling Ali Rahima to leave the ball alone because that's another yellow card.
About it, but it was a clip of the heels. Khalid Aziz. And what the Saudis have in response?
That's a difficult one. This it's 35 metres out from goal, very straight. It's straight in front of the Iraq goal.
Change before this free kick is taken. Taysir Al-Jassam is coming on. Abdul Mutaf is coming on, the man from Al-Shabab. He's actually a teammate of Mashal Akram's on the opposition. Club level. Khalid Aziz takes it short. There's the ball in for Abdul Mutaf. Bakri attempts the cross. Comes off. Urges the Iraqi supporters on that far side to roar them home to a maiden Asian Cup success. Khalid Abdra, challenged down by Yunus Mahmood. There's a foot race on.
As he's chasing that ball, Mahmood, his hands up in the air, waiting for his midfielders to follow him. He does enough to earn a throw-in. He really does chase lost causes, Mahmood. It's quite incredible. Back in the first half, here's the goal he scores. The keeper makes it easy for him. He still had to keep his hand and just knock it back where it came from. This time he just slips over at a crucial moment. The first half he chased the lost cause, dispossessed Housawi. So nearly ended up in a Iraq goal.
There's the shot count. Iraq 11, Saudi Arabia 4. That really does underline how much Iraq have been in control of this game. Yunus Mahmoud is making the move to France with Olympique Lyon. Finally given him the goal that's his country in so here is Yunus Mahmoud. Digging out from Khalid Aziz. It says Mark Shield.
Certainly no penalty. It was a good decision from Mark Shield. He's the ball through. He just hits it along the ground. It's a good save from Al-Masala. Come off his line quickly, but if he just lifts that, he scores. Nice little ball through. The second one was certainly no penalty. two central defenders now they've been in the game with Mahmoud, Adwab, and Housawi. He's just a constant, well, it's a constant test, really. Here he is again.
Lovely ball. This is Gelora, a very advanced position for a defender. He's got to get back quickly. Because the counter was on just for a moment. In fact, it was Hello Mullah Mohammed. Okay, good cover.
There's another situation there for Saudi Arabia. Again goes to waste. It's hard to see where it's going to come from for them.
They've got to gamble, haven't they?
Oh, yeah. That's where things forward now. It's no good sitting back and playing counter-attack.
This is Karno.
They just haven't moved the ball quick enough this evening.
Musa. Down to Karno. Musa. Too close to the goal.
He's done well to get that in play. I know Musa. All of a sudden we see the Saudi fullbacks up in the opposing half. We haven't seen that all evening. El Barney on the other side has now set up the goal. Four-man of Mars, first goal for Saudi.
To credit to Hello Mullah Mohammed, he's giving good cover for Basim Ellis on that left side as well. Which has really prevented Al-Bakri from making those raiding runs.
It's the hopeless ball out of the fence. He managed to hold it up. That quite cheekily just turned around and volleyed it into Abdrab trying to throw it.
There's Mahmoud. Sawi, convincingly clear. A bit tired and a bit ragged in the back as well, the Saudis. Been under the cosh for so long in this game. To be asked, how on earth did Jordan Vieira get this Iraq team so fit? And he had 2 months preparation.
Quite incredible. And if you even go back to the Australian game where they won 3-1, Australia came out and equalised and actually dominated for 20 minutes in the second half. Then Iraq just went up another gear. Finished all over the top of Australia in the end. They've been impressive tonight. They've been the team that's played the football. Saudis have looked strangely off colour.
Coaching position was the job for now in terms of organisation. You may be right, but what job he's done. Win or lose from this position. What to do here? Malik Mars. Basim Ellis, was that a trip? Well, the Saudis are fuming.
Well, that must have been close. Just getting a bit too cocky around playing out through the midfield. It was Karno who lost the ball. Challenged. Comes from behind, I think.
Well, we've seen those given.
Seen that given for sure. Here comes across, Nolan.
Not so sure whether I'm sure that spot kick there. Shield has refereed pretty well. Kariri just confirming that that was the correct decision. Meantime, changed. They've taken off Murad Jassim. To one in his stead comes Ahmed Najat, who's a striker. Also plays in Lebanon for Al Ansar. Scored from the spot in the shootout win over South Korea. Construction will way to quite difficult for some of the defenders, I'm sure. It's quite well. Superb, Iraqis. 1-2-11.
players forward there.
This is Abdul Motef. Saudi substitute, so it's brought down by Basim Abbas. The change going to be made by the Saudis. Who's going to be sacrificed, the right-sided defender. 10 minutes ago, here's Saad Al-Hathi, who is a striker. He's known as the Arabian Raoul, not just for his looks either.
Well, they can do with the Raoul right now. Not surprising, takes off, the defender goes right at the back, throws someone else up front.
To go in Jakarta. Once the Arabian is Penasha. This is on the right, touch for Chris Omania. This is Yunus Mahmoud, to continue the run.
We need him.
He's probably too tired.
It's probably better to take that across his body, have a go and up trap with the isolated one-on-one. Tired, Mahmoud. Not surprising.
National Qatar, he's been very disappointing. Again, cheap ball in midfield. It's a good strong run. Beautiful control this time. Yunus Mahmoud going to finish off this contest. Bukhari forced them wide.
Really, man, wasn't there to hit. He's kind of cross-field, very difficult to turn, getting anything on the shot.
Held up again by Basim Abbas. That's been no contest.
It's most likely he's injured himself, Basim Abbas, and he's done a hamstring.
This could be a real problem for Iraq. Play by Ali Rahima. I think Basim Abbas wants to come off.
Just as he made the tackle on Malak, as he has done all night, I'm pretty sure he's gone straight to the back of his leg, and I think he's pulled his hamstring.
This is one occasion where we don't mind seeing the stretcher.
I know that's the physio's come on with to stretch the hamstring. If he's pulled it, there's no point in stretching it. He needs to put ice on it. We won't be back on, and there is no doubt. It's a real problem. He's been one of their outstanding players this evening, Basim Abbas.
Make an immediate change, Iraq. Physio is telling Jordan Vieira to get a sub on pretty quick. They're a bit slow to react there, the Iraqi bench.
It was clear he pulled his hamstring. Once you do that, you're off.
Down to 10 just for the moment, Iraq. Can Saudi Arabia make them pay? This is Ahmed Al-Musri, the sort of area that Basim Abbas has vacated. This is Malik Marz's touch. It's teed up for Khalid Aziz. They're trying to make the opportunity and the space to get the shot away. They can't do so. Iraq stand firm.
They're getting deeper. Saudi now pushing up. It's with Al-Hafi coming on. It's pushed Iraq back.
Is there a late reprieve for the 3 times former champions? On that occasion, Yunus Mahmoud just says anywhere will do.
He's done that. He's going to kick it out to try and make the substitution, but it's not going to go out.
Iraq want to bring on Ali Abbas Shahid. Left-sided player, just like Basim Abbas. This is Ali Abbas Shahid, who plays for Al-Quwa Al-Jawiya, which translates as the Air Force in Iraq.
Well, the Saudis haven't looked like scoring from open play. Can they do it with the set piece? They're not really sure who's going to take it at the moment.
He's only 20, this young man, so it's a big few minutes for him. Otef and to deliver. Key moment in the final. Jesse Bung.
It was a good ball here.
Flourished by the Saudis, but cleared by Malik Barnes. Musa couldn't get there. Brought away by the young substitutes. Ali Abbas. Mahmoud is free as a bird on the right. And now he's surely spotted him. Still Ali Abbas. Yunus Mahmoud could clinch the cup here. First touch was dreadful.
The substitute completely wasted by Mahmoud, who certainly looks very tired. What a great chance to get a second. Might have just passed it a little bit early as a first touch let it down.
We're into the final 90 seconds of normal time. Iraq was so close to winning their first ever Asian Cup. Long pass forward. That's an Al-Qatani's touch. Go to Salah Al-Hafi. Very tight locked in. This is Abdullah Mohammed. Yunus Mahmoud can hardly move in the middle. He tries the cheeky chip by Abdullah Mohammed, which is probably the best option.
It was. And he's already scored one. A little bit like that, a little bit closer in there. But Mahmoud just couldn't get up. He just didn't have the legs to get up and support it.
Nearly there. Iraq of Jordan Dior is going to make another change. This is Ahmed Ali from the Al Zawra club. The final few seconds replacing Mehdi Karim. Nassim Abbas watches on with that left thigh fully strapped. There will be 3 added minutes. 3 minutes for Iraq to hold on.
It will seem like a long, long time to them. They're getting some good positions now, the Saudis.
Sandwich over the top, goes Malik Barnes. He's right the side of the field. Sure there's spotted an infringement in there in any case. Some nervy moments on the bench too. What an achievement it would be for Jordan Dior. He said he's absolutely exhausted. I'll tell you what, you can see why. He's had to do, he said, the job of about 4 or 5 people, such as with a lack of infrastructure. He's had to coach a team that barely ever trains together and is made up from clubs all around the Arab diaspora. Seconds away from being the champions of the region. It's the most romantic fairy tale story ever in Asian football, perhaps even in world football.
I don't think anyone could disagree with that. We just need to hold on to the ball now.
Sean Crown tries to go over the top. Like ball, it's birds, it's very tight.
Gave it away cheaply. I thought it would be better to go to the left there. There's lots of gaps. They're sitting back on the 18-yard box.
Tries to hold it up. Starts the ball away by Jesse Bung. Menage can't get there. Followed by one of the substitutes, Ahmed Ali. Everybody back for Iraq. Everybody forward for the Saudis. Nearly 2 minutes of injury time play. Nur Sabri carries. It's a huge approval from the majority of the crowd. We've played 2 minutes of the additional 3.
Well, Iraq even coming forward at all. There's still a minute to go.
One last chance, perhaps, for Saudi Arabia. Abdullah Mohammed tries to hold it up. Wrong option. Salah Al-Hafi Saudis' header. Stays in play off the boot of Kamil Al-Musa. Ali Rahima wants to get rid of the ball quickly, doesn't want to get caught in possession. Jordan Vieira is absolutely apoplectic with his players on the sideline. Understandably so, because this is Sam Al-Hathi. Dangerous ball in, and comes the assembly, it bounces down, and over the top. And the Saudis can't believe they've missed it.
What a chance, they've lost the ball, they needed to launch it. He gets his head on it, and agonisingly over the bar. The Saudi, well, his body's everywhere. That's North Sabri.
I'll tell you what, such is the tension. We feel looking on. What a story this will be for the world of football. That's to take nothing away from the Saudis, who contributed hugely to this tournament. Haven't been at their best tonight. Surely.
It's a goal kick for a start. The Saudis are on the ball as if it's a corner. Of course it's not. What a chance. I mean, it was a difficult one. It's a long time in the end. All Saudi got away with it.
Well, the whistle is surely imminent. A quick glance at the watch from Mark Shearer. We played 48 minutes and 50 seconds in the second half. Iraq are very nearly there.
It's unbelievable. It's incredible story.
They've won it! The fairy tale is complete. The team without a home base. The team without a coach until 2 months ago. The team left waiting in a hotel lobby for hours. The team who struggled to travel because of their passports. The team without hope has brought joy to its fractured nation. And Jordan Vieira is a legend for all time in Iraq. And football succeeds, perhaps you could say, where politics is failed. Iraq are champions of Asia. Unbelievable.
It's an absolutely incredible story. Who would have thought that they would go all the way? Even when they beat Australia 3-1, I thought, well, they played their final. But they had a long way to go. They had a dream. It didn't seem achievable to many, many people, I think ourselves included, but they have thoroughly deserved this win in the final. They have been the team. They played better football, they created more chances, and they get the win. They so richly deserved it. It's so good that it didn't go to extra time and penalties.
Yunus Mahmoud, who will take all the credit, or even fighting over who carries the Iraqi flag. And listen to this crowd celebrating and chanting for Iraq. It's one of the very, very special moments in sport, and we're privileged to have watched it, Bobby. What a story.
It is such, I mean, these players can't even play in their home country. Such difficulties they have in preparation. Look at the amount of fans they've got. They've travelled down. Well done to them. Thoroughly deserved. And they finished the tournament only conceding 2 goals.
Well, Yunus Mahmoud, like many of the other Iraqi players, has lost members of his family close to him. The awful war that's engulfed Iraq. Nashat Akram, another one of the stars, hasn't been home in 2 years. But this has felt like home in Jakarta. They've had wonderful support. They're doing a lap of honour already.
Well, they're supposed to get the trophy first, aren't they? I think they might just keep going.
Who could blame?
This could go on forever. And players that seemed out on their feet only minutes ago find the energy to run 400 metres.
Nashat Akram is in tears. He is the man of the match.
We saw now, there's a few that you could have picked. What a tournament, Nashat Akram, player of the tournament.
I'll tell you what, he plays for Al Shabab in Saudi Arabia. I don't think he'll have much chance to go home and lord it over his Arab cousins. I think he'll be off to Western Europe pretty soon. Superb tournament. And there were others too. Yunus Mahmoud got 4 goals. Basim Abbas, who came off with that late injury, was sensational. But what about this man, Jordan Vieira? A Brazilian who's coached 26 clubs and 5 international teams and only had 2 months to put this side together. With all the difficulties he's faced, he's bided his time between Arbil and Amman, and he's won the trophy.
ما يقال بأن المنتخب العراقي على هالأداء في المباراة النهائية استحق الكأس. الحمد لله والشكر. طبعا انه اول شيء نشكر كل هذا الجمهور اللي حضر المباراة واللي ساند الفريق العراقي، اللي وقف الفريق العراقي معه من اول دقيقة لحد اخر دقيقة. الحمد لله والشكر الله سبحانه وتعالى انه قدر انه يوفق اليوم الفريق. افرحنا شعبنا، افرحنا، هذا كل مبتغانا انه نفرح شعبنا، نفرح جمهورنا، نفرح اخواننا واخواتنا وامهاتنا وابائنا اللي بالعراق، وهذا اللي تحقق الحمد لله والشكر. مو مهم اي شيء، المهم انه احنا افرحنا شعبنا وطلعنا انه احنا العراقيين منصورين الحمد لله والشكر. ما هو الذي تميز به العراق اليوم على المنتخب السعودي؟ الروح العاليه الحمد لله والشكر. الف مبروك حصولك على جائزه افضل لاعب. الله يبارك فيك. شكرا لنشأة أكرم، هو الضيف الوحيد المتواجد معنا في أرضية الميدان. مباشرة إلى زميلي عدنان في دبي. عدنان تفضل.
National crowd being interviewed for television back in the Middle East. What a party there will be in Baghdad and all the other cities across Iraq tonight. Let's hope that there's no problems with security, because all Iraqis deserve to share in and celebrate this moment. This is what football can do, even for fractured nations. It can bring people together, and that's their reward. The team made up of Kurds, of Shias and Sunnis, and led by a Brazilian.
It doesn't matter when there's football in front of you, does it?
It is the universal language, and Iraq at this tournament have spoken. Here's Yunus Mahmoud who's going to speak.
حققت العراق ما عجز عنه الآخرون.
الحمد لله والشكر. خلي يعرف الحمد لله والشكر قدمنا مباراة كبيرة ونستاهل الفوز. استحقينا الفوز، استحقينا البطولة بجدارة. بس نريد ننطي درس للعالم، نقول لنا العراقيين يبقون عراقيين وما يعرفون بلدهم، وإن شاء الله من نصر لنصر.
اليوم السلاح المنتخب العراقي شنو كان؟
اليد الوحدة، ايد واحدة كلنا لعبنا. وقلب واحد من كل، حتى الشعب العراقي ويانا قلبه واحد.
جول وانت طاير.
الحمد لله والشكر، كل الشعب العراقي سجل هدف مو بس انا.
شكرا لك. شكرا ليونس.
So Yunus Mahmoud, no doubt that he is the leader of this team on and off the pitch. What a party for Jordan Vieira, of course. The night of his greatest success. The story for him and Iraq is also over. Where he'll end up, we're not sure, but I'm sure he'll have plenty of offers. So credit too to Saudi Arabia, did a great job.
تقول عن الانتصار اللي من زمان ما تحقق لمنتخب عراقي كأس.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بالبداية اهدي هذا الفوز إلى شعبي الجريح، إلى كل الشعب العربي، كل الشعب العراقي بالخصوص. الحمد لله والشكر، صبرنا ونلنا. يمكن هذا كان حلم الجميع، حلم اللاعبين، حلم كل العراقيين، انه نوصل. احنا ما واصلين دور الثمانية، ولكن هذا انجاز اليوم، وصلنا لمباراة النهائية والفوز. الحمد لله والشكر، الكل تعاون، يعني كان صار اللاعبين من البداية فوز بعد فوز، خلانا انه نحس انه شعور مسؤولية اكبر، انه لازم نحقق هذه البطولة، والحمد لله والشكر يعني ما قصرنا، والحمد لله اخذنا الكاس.
شكرا.
الله يخليك.
Jordan Vieira being taken for a ride of delight by Karno Jassim. And of course, contrasting emotions with the Saudis, who can be dignitaries. Sepp Blatter on the left, Mohammed bin Hammam on the right, and the Indonesian president in the middle, Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono. The Indonesian fans rising as one to celebrate their own team. The success of Iraq.
Vice President, Chairman of the Competition Committee, Mr. Nurdin Halid, President of BSSI, and also Dato Paul Maurice Samuel, General Secretary of AFC.
Well, they don't have to wait too much longer to get their hands on the treasured trophy and their winners' medals, of course.
To the tournament.
There's a few more official presentations to take place before they can get the trophy. First of all, the handover ceremony to the host of the 2011 Asian Cup, which of course will be Qatar. Then the Konica Minolta Top Goal Scorer Award, the AFC Asian Cup. Most Valuable Player, Fair Play Award, Referees Awards, before we finally get to the teams.
Who scored a total of 4 goals throughout the competition? To present the award, our sponsor representative for Konica Minolta, Mr. Shinji Sagawa, Director Konica Minolta Business Solution.
Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono can be very proud of the parts that his nation has played in this Asian Cup. All the co-hosts have offered excellent hospitality and good facilities. Of course, the Indonesians in particular were brilliantly backed by their vociferous supporters. And they turned out in force tonight to cheer on, for the main part, the Iraqis. Made it a great spectacle for everybody to watch.
Nawirul Takahara, Yunis Khalif Mahmud, and Yasir Al-Khatani.
Yasir Al-Khatani is being greeted by the dignitaries. I'm just wondering whether he is going to be presented with the Top Goal Scorer Award at the AFC Asian Cup, although of course he's not won it outright. Yunus Mahmoud has arrived. He's saying, well, hang on a minute, I've got 4 goals as well.
His teammates were laughing at him. He's not laughing, quite rightfully so.
Second award for the most valuable player of the competition, presented by ING. It is awarded to the player who has shown excellence in play and overall contribution
this is
to
the awards
success
named in honour of one of the AFC's most
award, please welcome our
influential people behind the scenes,
Mr.
Abdullah
Robert
Al-Dabal,
Sultan,
sponsored by
President
ING.
Director of
It's the most